guys, welcome to Living with Ulcerative Colitis. I'm Maya, and today we are going to talk about the first stage of the JPouch surgery. And so for me, I had an emergency surgery, so I had my JPouch surgery in 3 parts. And so if you want to know why it is called the JPouch, it's because when the surgeon removes your colon and rectum, the end of your small intestines, which is called the ileum, is formed an internal pouch, and this pouch is commonly shaped like a J. There's also a W pouch, a K pouch, and I think an S pouch. And all of these are just so that the food can break down and it just goes through the J instead of your colon, which is taken out. And so the first stage of this, the first stage is to remove the colon and create an ileostomy. So again, the end of your small intestines is called the ileum, and when it's on your side, it is called a stoma. And then for the first part of the surgery, you end up having an ostomy bag on your side to collect waste as your body heals from the first surgery. The reason why there's a difference between the 3-stage, 2-stage, and 1-stage is a difference on patient care. So for me, I was an emergency patient, and that means that I was a patient that had poor physical health, or I had high doses of steroids, or if I had to undergo an emergency surgery due to internal bleeding or like a issue that was happening or severe inflammation. So for me, I had maybe 4 of those things, and so I was an emergency surgery. The surgery can also be done in 2 stages, and when they take the colon and when they take the colon out, they will take the rectum out at the same time, and then they'll just connect the ileum to the newly formed rectum, and then they will let it heal with a stoma on the side. They tend to not do the one part as much because it can increase the risk of infection. So those are the 1 stage of the 2-stage process, and then the 1 stage of the 3-stage process. And so for me, there's a heal time for this. I liked the 3-stage process because it gave me time to learn how different things were going to work again. And also because the stoma was on my side, I was numb in a lot of different places. And so I felt like if it was all connected all at once, I wouldn't be able to feel when I had to use the bathroom, when I didn't have to use the bathroom. And so with the stoma, I was still numb in that area, but you can't really feel your stoma anyway. So it didn't matter because the bag was on my side, but I don't want to think of what would happen if I couldn't feel anything at all. And I had to relearn my diet, and luckily I had a really awesome ostomy nurse who gave me a list of foods that was good and foods that weren't, and that really helped keep the stoma healthy. Because when you first have your surgery, you have scar tissue, and you can also eat the wrong thing, and you can end up with having like a complication like small bowel obstruction. So food and everything, it's really important to balance. And I feel like with the first stage, it allowed me to make mistakes at a much lower cost than if it was like all at once, if that makes sense. So in between surgeries, there is a 3-month heal time, or 12 weeks. For me, between my first and my second, I had a much longer spread. My second wasn't until June 15th, and the first was an emergency around January 30th. And the reason for my spread was because I had school, because I was still a high school student. I was in my senior year, and it was spring term. So I couldn't just have the surgery in the middle because the heal time, it takes a lot out of you. So I put my surgeries during long breaks. So June, summer, and then my last surgery was in December, which gave me a Christmas break. Please stay tuned for part 2, where I will talk about the second stage and then how to recoup from the second stage of surgery. But I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell for notifications. Bye guys!